want war, but we'll fight if we must.
A few days ago, 2 gorillas were heading home after a hunt. They ran into one of my teammates. It was the first time they'd ever seen a human. My teammate was frozen, terrified. He tried to calm the gorillas down. That's when he pulled out his gun. The gorillas saw the weapon, and instantly, everything changed. They weren't scared anymore. They were angry. My teammate panicked, pulled the trigger. Caesar heard the gunshot and rushed outside. The other gorillas were terrified too. One got hurt, and my teammate couldn't stop yelling for help. The injured gorilla was furious and helpless. It knew the power of human weapons, so it didn't dare get too close. We rushed to the scene. As we tried to figure out where these gorillas came from, the jungle erupted in chaos. A massive group of gorillas charged towards us. We were completely stunned. One gorilla, armed with a spear, led the charge. He was ready to attack, waiting for Caesar's command. Even though we had weapons, we were shaking with fear. Caesar stepped forward slowly, calming down the others. But one gorilla was still furious. It was the parent of the injured one. Caesar quickly reassured it, telling it to stay calm while he took care of things. Then he turned to us. I looked at Caesar, and I started to realize what was happening.
We don't mean any harm!
Apes, man. You think they understand what you're saying?
Do they look like just apes to you?
My words couldn't calm the gorillas. They were still glaring at us. I quickly shouted at my teammates to lower their guns. Even though they thought it was crazy, they lowered their weapons slowly. That was the moment Caesar decided to let us go.
Holy shit.
He jumped down from the tree stump, his presence so powerful it made us step back in fear. The gorillas roared again, and we ran. In the panic, my son slipped and dropped his stuff into the bushes. As he went to pick it up, I pulled him away, keeping us moving. Watching us retreat, Caesar didn't let the gorillas follow. Then, one of the gorillas found the backpack, picked it up, and handed it to Caesar. It had been 10 years since Caesar last saw a human. Seeing us again stirred so many emotions in him. And he immediately sent Koba to follow us, to find out what humans had been through in that time. Koba's group followed our car, and only when we passed the Golden Gate Bridge, they realized we were heading for a human base. They saw how much things had changed. The next day, Caesar gathered the gorillas, and they marched towards the human base. 10 years later, Caesar stepped onto human land again, but everything had changed. The once thriving human civilization was gone. When the humans saw the gorilla army approaching, they were terrified. The base was surrounded. Remembering our past encounters with Caesar, I believed he wasn't a savage gorilla. So, I stepped forward, trying to communicate and defuse the situation. Caesar wasn't just a gorilla, he had the presence of a king. He stood there quietly, and we were already intimidated by his power. As I moved closer, Caesar approached on horseback. He scanned the crowd, then issued his first official warning.
Apes!